As usual, Tammy Bruce joins us at this hour on a Friday morning. OK, Tammy.
Yes, sir.
Is it cruel for Biden to run in 2024?
It was cruel for him to run at first in 20. It was cruel to him, but it was also cruel to the country. They knew what was happening. That's why they hid him in the basement. But that worked. The lies worked. The demonizing of Trump worked. They believe they can do it again. And Newsom's comment was actually very revealing. He might as well have said, and I hate referring to a president of the United States as a cadaver, but he was saying it doesn't matter that Biden doesn't know what he's doing. If he was 100, he'd vote for him because Biden is not running the infrastructure, and that's why everything is such a disaster.
Well, that was quite an admission, wasn't it?
Well, I think so.
It's an admission that Biden's not really running the country.
That is correct. That's why you can say I'd vote for him if he was 100, because Biden doesn't matter to them. He's not the one making the decisions, which is why I think if he was, we would be seeing a different dynamic in the Middle East with Israel, how Iran is handled. Other people are handling it. Those people do not face repercussions or the wrath of voters, and so they feel, I believe, more free to do as they please.
That's fascinating. The Republican Senator, Lindsey Graham, now he's tearing into Democrats for their continued anti-Israel rhetoric. Watch this, please. Roll it.
Senator Schumer made an eloquent presentation about the rise of anti-Semitism, and he's right about that. So what happened here is 30 9/11s for Israel occurred on October the 7th. 1,200 Jews were slaughtered in their homes, the biggest killing of the Jewish people since the Holocaust. This call for a ceasefire is nuts. What would we have said to a group that asked us to have a ceasefire after 9/11? We'd told them to go to hell.
Well, Tammy, you've got a new piece out. I've read it. It's the left's dangerous indifference to anti-Semitism. Make your case. Yeah,
this indifference is an action in and of itself. And by staying silent or looking away, you are empowering the enemy. You're empowering the terrorist aggressor by not obviously taking a moral stand. And this is, for some people, they know anti-Semitism is a euphemism. It's Jew hatred. And you just don't want to admit that it's happening. Clearly it is happening. We have to admit it. We have to admit something terribly wrong has happened, and that if you feel it's dangerous or you're frightened, that is the time it matters to stand up. And there's a school that a Jewish teacher was hunted down by a mob of high school students, and the school officials were saying, you know, that's horrible, but you could understand their passion because they feel a kinship. That's indifference. Would we have said the same thing about a mob of white students going after a black teacher in the aftermath of the George Floyd situation? No. We understand that bigotry and hate crimes have got to be stopped, and especially with young people. If we don't take a stand now and set it in their mind about right and wrong, it will only get worse. When it comes to Jew hatred, this is the canary in the mine shaft. We know what it is. There's no guessing now. We understand what can happen, and it can happen here, especially with our open borders and a lack of morality and decent teaching of history in our schools for the last generation.
You are right again, Tammy Bruce, and thanks for delivering a fine message. We appreciate it.
Thank you.